Dear students, once again welcome to Computer Programming in C video series. We are going to cover practical number 4's second part. In first part, we have seen decision control statement if-else, where we were having only two parts. If the condition is true, we'll execute the if part. If the condition is false, we'll execute the else part. In this practical, we'll be having multi-path execution. So for that, we are going to take help of this example. We'll be entering a character and we'll check whether the entered character is a vowel or whether it is a consonant. For that, we are going to make use of the switch case statement. The prerequisites for this practical are switch case statement variables. Now, what is a switch case statement? In case of simple decision control like if else, we were having only two parts. But when a single variable is capable of taking more than one values, then in that case we are having various ways out. And there comes the switch case statement into picture. So what you will do, you'll have a single variable and it will take multiple values. Let me give you one example of color. Now when you say color, the color for color we are having various values. Like the color can be red, color can be green, blue, white, black, etc. So here one variable is taking multiple values. So you will be deciding that okay, the color is red, then I'll take this path. If it is white, I'll go with this. If it is red, if it is green, I'll go with that. So likewise, when in programming one variable takes more than one values, then you can make use of the decision control statement switch for switching between various paths. Now let us see the syntax of switch statement. You need to write switch and in bracket you are going to make use of the variable that will take multiple paths. Now next to that we'll use an opening bracket and under that we are going to add various cases. So every case is a single different value that the variable is going to take. So we'll be writing case followed by the case constant and then comes a colon. Next to that we will have to write the statements that we want to execute when the value of the variable n is equal to the case constant number 1. And next to that we are having break. Break is just to stop the further execution. Once we found a match, there is no point in proceeding further inside the execution. So if the first match is not found, like say if n doesn't match with constant 1, then we'll go with case constant number 2. If there is a match, then this gets executed, and if not, again we'll continue further. But if the variable n doesn't match with constant 1, constant 2 or any of them, then in that case the default part gets executed. So this is the simplest one switch case statement wherein we are having a variable and this variable decides the execution. It is capable of taking multiple values and based upon the match will decide which part of this switch case has to be executed. This is all about the syntax of switch case. Let us now see the expected output for this program. We'll ask the user to enter a character and we'll give him a message stating whether the character entered is vowel or is it not. Now let us see the demonstration for checking whether the character entered by the user is vowel or constant. We'll be using switch case. The same program can even be done by using if else also. So let us see the demonstration of finding out whether the entered character is vowel or not. To save the time in implementing the program, I have already written that program and we are just now going to see the program structure line by line. So the first step is documentation section where we have written the information about the program, that it is going to be a program to find out whether the entered character is vowel or not. As usual, we'll be having link section followed by that main, and our input for this program is character ch. We need to take this input from the user, and for that we are using printf and scanf statements. We are asking the user to enter a character, and with scanf we are going to fetch that character from the user. Now see, there is a possibility that the entered character is not even an alphabet. So for this, to handle the situation, what we are doing is, initially we are going to start with our simplest decision control statement if else, and we'll try to find out whether the entered character is alphabet or not. If it is alphabet, then only we'll proceed with the checking of whether the entered character is vowel or consonant. Otherwise, if the character entered is a special symbol or if it is a digit, then in this case we'll display the message that the entered character is not an alphabet. So if it is not an alphabet, we'll not go with this part and will not check whether it is vowel or consonant. So how we are going to make this decision? We are going to write here if in bracket we are writing two conditions. The first condition is written in the middle round parenthesis and the second condition is written over here. Now these two conditions make use of logical operators and relational operators, as you can see. The first condition that we are checking inside this parenthesis is we are checking whether the entered character is going to lie between capital A to capital Z. So we are using AND over here. So if it is any of the characters from capital A to capital Z, then that condition is going to be evaluated as true. And in the second parenthesis set, we are checking whether the entered character lies within small a to small z. Now again here, if it is true, if that letter lies within small a to small z, then it will return true. And if any one of this condition is true, then we can proceed with the checking of whether the character entered is vowel or not. Means the basic condition for this program is the character being entered should lie either within capital A to Z or within small a to z. It should not be a digit and it should not even be a special symbol. If it is so, means if it is a digit from 0 to 9, or if it is a special symbol like plus, dollar, hash, etc., then we'll be executing the else part and we'll say that the character entered is not an alphabet. Now let us see the situation when the character entered is say within capital A to Z or maybe the small a to z, then in that case what you will do? You'll have your switch statement and you'll provide the input to the switch statement. Now as you all know, if the character is A, E, I, O, U, small a, e, I, o, u or capital A, E, I, O, U, then in that case we'll call it a vowel, else we are going to consider it as a consonant. So we have seen the syntax of switch case. We need to write case followed by the case constant. As we are working with character, we are writing the constant in single quote. So all the constants we are writing. There is no point in printing the same statement again and again. Therefore, we have written all the cases one by one. And finally, we have written printf %c is a vowel. So if any one of this case is satisfied, we are going to display that it is a vowel. And if not, if none of this is satisfied, then in that case we are going to print that the entered character is a consonant. So this is all about the logic of this program. Now let us see the execution. Name of the program is practical4b.c. Compile it, there are no errors. Execute it /a.out. It is asking me for a character. I'm going to enter both the cases. I'll be entering capital A. It gives me A is a vowel. Now let me execute it one more time. Now this time I'm going to enter capital L. You know, L is not a vowel, so it is giving me consonant. Now let us try out entering a digit. Say I'm entering 8. It says 8 is not an alphabet. And let us try out entering a special symbol. Enter hash and see it says hash is not a alphabet. So likewise, you can implement the switch case statement and you can take multiple decisions at a time. Now with this much information, you can work with the assignment of fetching two numbers from the user and fetching the operator from the user and taking the decision based upon the operator. Like say, if the operator entered is plus, then you will carry out addition. If the operator entered is minus, subtraction, and so on. As per our discussion, the assignment for practical number 4's second part is going to be writing a C program to carry out arithmetic operations using switch keys. Let us see the expected output for this one. Your program should take two numbers and one operator as an input, and it should produce the calculations after carrying out the correct arithmetic operation. So two numbers will be input 2 and 3, and the operator is also given as an input, and based upon the operator entered you should get the result. So in this case 2 and 3 are the numbers, the operator is plus, and you are getting 5 as a result. If the operator is minus, you should get minus 1 as a result. So continue with the execution of your own assignment. Thanks for watching this video.